So, human bill, wild, and worldly. What's that all about?
Those, my digital friend, are the twin pillars, the two essential characteristics of real innovation.
Sounds like a soap opera, right? Next week on The Wild and Worldly.
Yeah, it does. And come to think of it, there is a lot of drama associated with the problem that Wild and Worldly addresses.
Which is what?
Well, let's say you're brainstorming innovation ideas. How do you know which ones to use and which ones are the good ones?
Well, the best ideas, of course.
Sure, but define best. Do you go for the coolest ideas, the most out there, the most creative ones? Or do you focus on the most practical, doable ideas?
That seems like a hard choice. Don't you want all of those aspects?
Exactly. And that's what Wild and Worldly is all about. It's a way to test that our ideas are both cool, creative, and imaginative, kind of wild, as well as doable and affordable, which is worldly.
Okay, so how do you use the wild, worldly scale?
Well, we gather the team together, and for any idea under consideration, we ask the team to vote on it. We say 1 to 10, how wild is it? 1 to 10, how worldly?
So the best possible ideas would be a 10-10.
Exactly. But it doesn't have to be that high. That's a pretty rare score. Anything over a 7-7 is usually enough to make for an exciting innovation that's worth pursuing.
So you come up with an innovation concept and then rate it on the wild, worldly scale. And that's its permanent score.
It can be, but you can also keep working on the idea to move the score up. For example, you can take a 5-5 with some work to a 7-7 or an 8-8.
I see. So the goal is to get really cool concepts that have a reasonable chance of working in the outside world, correct?
Yes, and when we work with a team, usually by the end of the day, we've got 5 to 10 7-7 ideas.
Sounds cool, but it's just subjective, right? Isn't it just people's opinions?
Yes, but at some point you have to trust those ratings. They know what's happening in their fields. So if, say, 15 people believe a certain idea is a certain amount wild, I will tend to trust that.
It's like collective intelligence.
Yes, and it's kind of also like the wisdom of the crowds, leveraging people's instincts and expertise of all the people that we're working with.
Fascinating. I'll start thinking about wild and worldly as I work on our research projects.
Let's do it.